This country was built on manufacturing. The Great Depression, manufacturing brought us out of the Great Depression. Today, America is on life support, and nobody's stepping up. It's time that somebody steps up and sets the pace.
Titan Engineering is like a job shop on steroids. We run everything, aerospace, medical, military. In the last 10 years, we've literally had millions of jobs lost to other countries.
We're building China.
Factories are closing, jobs are being lost.
We've exported our jobs.
Let's do something together. Let's do something great. I'm tired of seeing other countries take our work. Let's do something incredible. If you ask me who I am, I'm an American. My dad was an alcoholic.
The last time I saw my dad, he was beating my mom. She had ran to the back room and threw his gun out the window. He dragged her out to the living room right in front of us and just started beating her. We escaped a couple times, but he found us each time. My mother took us to Hawaii, where we were living homeless on the beach. We were down and out in a bad way.
My first day at school, I had somebody grab me and start beating my face. I go home crying, just like every day.
After seeing me get beaten by the neighborhood kids, a man took an interest in me. He mentored me. He taught me how to fight.
I started going over there after school. I started getting better.
I worked really hard. I started fighting. I became a champion. After some personal struggles, I ended up on a dark path. That's when I almost killed a man during a fight. It landed me in prison. While in prison, I had to protect myself. I got into a fight, but they threw me in solitary confinement for 6 months. I begged to get out, and then I asked to be put on the pine line, working in the fields. It was the toughest job in prison. It was tough, brutal, and bloody, but for good behavior, they took a year off my sentence. It changed my life. I wanted to be a new man. I just wanted to do good for once. After prison, I had a few struggles, a few setbacks. I had a failed marriage, but I also had a few blessings. I had 3 sons. After prison, I moved to Vegas. I started fighting for top rank. I had a man assault my wife, assault 2 cops, come after me, and I just took care of it. The next morning, standing in a street stained with blood, I just thought, I'm gonna walk away from fighting once and for all. I was done. I moved to California that same day. I met a man. He gave me a job at a machine shop. We were making parts for NASA. He took me under his wing, and I became the fastest and best worker. I was absolutely fascinated. I knew that that was my calling. I set up shop, and that's when everything happened. I met the love of my life, Gina. We got married, and now we have 4-month-old twins. I decided to go for it, start my own business. I started working with titanium and Inconel, the hardest metals on the planet. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. Before I had my own shop, I had never run titanium. And I'm like, you know, if I'm gonna be in this trade, I'm going after the difficult stuff. So once I started, you know, and people started seeing how good it was, they were like, literally, do this more difficult part. They were like giving me a crazy titanium part and saying, can you do this? I was like, absolutely I can. I didn't tell them that I never ran titanium. My guys were like, we're gonna build what? I can make anything, absolutely.
Titan's very driven, probably like no other person I've ever met before. You know, if you say it can't be done, it's a challenge to do it. That would be awesome. Cool,
I had a job yesterday where the buyer called me yesterday and he says, Ron, I need these pots in 2 days. Unheard of. I'm telling you now, it's not going to be done until next week. Titan says, I'll ship it tomorrow night.
Hey, if we can do that, she'll be real happy.
Absolutely, man. I'm all about just making these guys happy.
We work on jobs that are really simple, $3 parts, all the way up to jobs that are $6,000 a piece. Most companies would not even want to take a chance of looking at those type of jobs. Get the machines at the fastest rate they could go.
They'll be pushing 100% all the time. We don't do just one thing.
Hey, I need to get this thing done. Seriously, these have to be done tonight. You understand?
In today's machining, you have to multitask. That means that one guy has to act like 3 guys.
I used to be down and out. I was in prison. I got a second chance, and now it's my time to give back. That's why I hire ex-cons to work in my shop. They'll either make it or break it.
This is time to, you gotta step up and be a man. Put all that stuff behind you.
You didn't follow my instructions. Now we have a $6,000 paperweight.
Well, Mikey said to do it like this.
I don't tell him Mikey said. I told you exactly how to do it.
I walked up to somebody one time, and they looked at me, and they're like, I got it. They pressed the button, the whole spindle came down. Boom! That's like $10,000 worth of damage. Your customer doesn't want to know your machine's down. They're coming because you can get the job done.
Made in America.
All the work's going to China, and we have everybody out of work.
Help him! I need those parts out of here now! Somebody has to step up and do something right now.
I know. Well,
I gotta get these things done.
I know you do.
The president, he can't bring jobs back fast enough. Congress, they won't. I will bring jobs back to America.